guys, I'm Yolanda Mabanga and you are tuned into another episode of UBUNTU.biz. Today I'm meeting a 28-year-old entrepreneur by the name of Chase Sithole, who was an English teacher in Hong Kong and China, and then he went from that to being unemployed, and now he has a laundry business with a clientele which includes international rugby teams. So of course I'm going to be here to find out about all of that and more. So do join me. Chase, thank you so much for inviting me to your establishment here in the heart of Umhlanga.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, for your laundry, what? Lighthouse?
Lighthouse Laundry.
Lighthouse Laundry.
Lighthouse Laundry, yeah. We're just opposite Beverly Hills. If you're driving down, you see us on the left.
Okay. I'd like to believe that you've come full circle. You were an English teacher in China, and now you're a businessman of a laundry establishment. How?
So it's been a process. It's been a process. I've always had the mind of an entrepreneur. I didn't plan to be in teaching for a very long time. So I did it in South Africa before I left the country. I was teaching art and drama because I did major in theatre studies, performance studies. So I was teaching before I even left the country. Private schools, public schools, doing everything, and then obviously that was my gateway to actually leaving and go teaching abroad because I needed more money. And then I realized that this is not what I want to do. Then I came back for like holidays, and luckily we were going into lockdown, and there was no jobs, there wasn't anything, so had some money saved up. I thought, let me buy myself a laundry, let me get some money, and then that's how I started this very big business.
Why laundry? I know I don't think it's a random question though. I feel like everyone would want to know why.
And for me, that question actually puzzles me all the time. Like, why wouldn't you buy a laundry? I've always seen laundry as like magic. Even like growing up, I've always seen like people. I've always been fascinated by laundries. I don't think anyone deserves to spend the whole of Saturday and Sunday doing their laundry. So that's the convenience.
That is such an interesting fascination.
Yeah, so that for me is like the... I want to be that convenient in your life. To say, you know what, you don't have to worry about all the laundry stuff and stuff like that. So it started from me taking laundry to people and saying, oh, this is actually nice. I'd like to get my stuff washed while I go do other things. So yeah. I've always loved laundries. I love trucks. I love the arts and the entertainment industry. So it's
not because you were traumatized in your childhood, your mother made you do laundry for unfathomable hours.
No, she did make me do a lot of laundry, by the way. But I enjoyed it. I think also because I'm a very domesticated person, this business was easy for me. I'm not a social person. I can't do things on social media. I need to be actively there doing, and that's what laundry does. You wake up, you wash. You do stuff, you mix detergents, it's kind of like a scientific thing that I put in my head, so yeah.
And then how do you do your research as to how to start a laundry business? Like, where did it all start with that?
So I did have a fear of starting it from scratch because lack of research. So I actually bought the business. The business has been around for some time.
The existing business?
The existing business.
Okay.
But when I bought it, I was like, no, you know what, let me turn it into my Chase business. Let me turn it into my laundry. So the vision that I've always had for it, which is why I actually came to Durban, the air is beautiful in Durban. It's nice and it's close to the airport. So in the beginning, my vision was I want people to just not worry about laundry, whether they're taking flights or just working around, because a lot of people just like work really hard around here. So laundry should be the least of their worries. So my vision from the beginning, I wanted to do laundry for celebrities, for ministers, for soccer teams, for rugby teams and stuff like that. So that's what I'm actually building at the moment, and it's actually coming together really well.
It is coming together because you're doing laundry for international rugby teams at the moment. I mean, hello, congratulations. How do you get that sort of business attracted to you?
You look for the business and you have to prove to obviously the officials that you can actually do it.
How do you prove?
So there was a friend of mine who's in Cape Town who actually gave me a call. He was like, I see you have laundries. This now comes from advertisement, like Twitter, social media, everything. It's like, you know what? try and get the rugby teams. They always, so he's in the rugby establishment, the offices that are in Cape Town, where they usher all the international teams into the country, and they travel with them because of language barrier or just facilitation in general. He said, do it, and if you do it well, then you might actually end up getting more gigs. So the first ones that I did were not, it was like a test, and it wasn't a South African team. So
you had a test with the non-South African team?
Yeah, there were, what was
That's
it?
a very big
there was quite a lot, like Edinburgh, all the other teams. So when the South African team actually came, that's when the excitement kicked in, because I was like, oh, now I'm doing it for my country now. So then that's when I was doing South Africa, Argentina, and all the other teams that will be coming in for the duration of this rugby season.
Wow.
Yeah, but you need to work. You don't sleep. It's for the duration while they're here. It's quite a lot of work, but it comes with proving yourself. They as long as they're happy, you're happy. You need to know exactly what you're doing, because you're dealing with like international teams.
Exactly.
So you can't mess it up.
So I'm taking they were all impressed?
They were all impressed. The officials were impressed. So now all the rugby teams, when they're in Durban, I'm their laundry guy. A lot of ministers that are coming into Durban. They obviously, you have to know where they're staying, who they're with, and how much of a team they have, and then you have to just jot that down and go run, fetch their laundry, even if you have to do it like all night. So yeah.
Wow.
It's exciting.
I'm telling you.
It's exciting.
So is it like on a contractual basis? How does it work?
It's not on there's nothing formally on paper. That's what I'm saying. I think in the laundry business, you just need to prove that you can do it, and that's how you actually stay in the business. So it's not only just with the rugby teams or any teams. It's also just with small contracts that you have. I do steers and debonaires around Umhlanga. Not all of them, probably like 2 or 3 of them. So even with them, there's nothing like formally on paper. It's like, as long as you're doing a good job in laundry, then you always have your clients coming back to you. Same as walk-in customers. As long as they're happy, we're all happy.
And I'm sure the market is quite competitive.
Very competitive. There's about 5 laundries around me.
So why do people choose you?
I put myself out there, and I'm very hands-on, and I'm very face-to-face with my clients. So it's not like I'm running a business, bring your stuff, and then I bring it to you. I actually do follow up. Are you happy? Are we changing detergents? How are these treating you? Because a lot of people have I find it a lot with international people that are coming from outside. They have like allergies and skin things and stuff like that. So they always prefer certain detergents when it comes to their just normal clothes or bedding or whatever. So I think that communication that I keep very closely with my customers actually gets me a lot of business, because then it's easier to say, I don't like this coffee this way. Then I'll always keep coming to you, because you're not doing it that normal way, you're doing it my way.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you ever share this kind of information with like young black entrepreneurs or the youth who just don't even see that there's an market or a laundry business type of field that they can venture into, an industry of this nature?
Because I was also finding my feet in the last, so I started moving with the business from January last year, which is like 2021. And then a lot of things also hit me while I was back, because I was learning the business here. I just moved to Durban. I'm not familiar with the place. I don't know how business works around here, you know. So also because I was just finding my feet, it was a little bit difficult for me to actually share information about the business. Also because when I just got the business last year, we went into the whole looting thing that happened last year, which was quite a hit for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
How was it a hit?
It was a hit because now I had to have like a 2 months to 3 months where I was out of business. You know, because now a lot of shops have been closed. Now we're going back to curfew, back and forth. So it was just like a whole mess that actually confused me a little bit, because I was like, I would have liked to just focus on the business and get to know it and just move with it. But those were the challenges that actually built me. Now I'm in a good space to share that information. Now I'm actually putting together programs to take to Emalokishini for people to start like small laundries. It's called Start with 2 machines.
Okay.
Yeah, so the program is going to be start with 2 machines where you just have 1 dryer and 1 washer, and then we build the business from there. But it's going to be solely focused on amalogishi for now, and then once we start building it, then it's going to grow and be something bigger. Yeah.
So haven't you received any kind of, I don't know, questions where, because you know the black community, they'll be like, they'll have a thing of where they'll probably look down on this. It's how you washing at the men's or women's clothing. Don't you ever get those remarks?
I get a lot of that. I get a lot of it. Yeah, I get a lot of that. I think I'm over it because I'm like, it's laundry, guys. We all need washing. Whether I'm doing it at home or here, it doesn't, you know. In fact, here it's much better because I'm doing it with machines. It's not like I take your underwear and I wash them with my hands, which I wouldn't mind doing because it's business. This is what feeds me. This is what makes, you know, a lot of money for a lot of people. My staff, I've got 3 staff members and they all have their own families. So you start to now think about the bigger picture rather than the little things that people would actually comment about on, like, you know, a daily.
Yeah, because this is a very unconventional business.
It's very unconventional, but there's still a huge market in this. Yeah, young people can actually go into this industry and actually kill it. I think because also I'm not like a social media or person, I can't be like on cameras and I can't do all these YouTube stuff. I was like, let me actually find something that suits me, that I can actually do myself, which is what a lot of young people should actually do. Look away from like the mainstream industry and just look at other things, because laundry does have a lot of business and money.
Okay, so you're telling me that you used, with the help of your brother, to buy this business.
Yes.
Can I safely ask, how much did you use to start this business? For like someone who wants to start a business like this.
For someone who wants to start a business, it did cost a lot. So I'll just give you a rough estimate, which is between 350 to 400,000.
Wow.
Because I've got like massive machines here. These are big, these are industrial machines, and there's not a lot of them because generally these machines are expensive themselves. But what I would advise someone who's going into this business is that it shouldn't cost that much, because you can buy these things like solely, like separately, and they would cost.
But for example, a person that you wanna them having those 2 machines and doing it in their backyard, how much would you think that would cost them?
I think it would cost something like 10,000. I think with 10,000 you can start a laundry and build it up from there. Yeah, I think with 10,000, because if you're looking at it, you're looking at buying 1 machine, 1 dryer, which is all you need, because and then once you save up the money, then you're adding all these things, which, because a machine would cost you about like 5,000-6,000 each. And then obviously you're looking at water, which you use a lot, so you need to have money saved up for that water for at least like the next 3 months, because you need a lot of water. But yeah, 10,000 you actually save for 2 machines, which is what we are going to be setting up for people, and say, if you have this amount of money, these are the machines that you can get, these are the clients that you can target, looking at your surrounding in your area in terms of where you are. But then also we teach with marketing in terms of how do you then market a laundry, you know, which is also very big. You have to sell it.
Yeah,
if you don't sell it, it's not gonna work. Yeah, this is the type of business that doesn't actually work itself. You need to actually get out there, go find work, and that's how you sustain yourself.
So you literally go to the customers, what you walk out to the different restaurants, is what you're saying, to attract them to come to you?
So on a day-to-day basis, I wake up in the morning, drive to work. If there's anything, detergents that are short, I get them in the morning, and then I pick up from the contracts that I have. So between like 8 and 10:30 in the morning, that's me just picking up, and then obviously in the evening, then I drop off if there's something that needs to be dropped off in the evening that came the day before. So I'm really hands-on. I go to my clients. If there's something that wasn't done right, I go pick it up. So I'm the, what do you call it? I'm the bridge to my business.
Okay.
Yeah, so whatever that needs to be fixed or done right or done like on a quick time, then I'm the guy. Otherwise, my laundry is very hands-on and very sharp with everything. They know they actually taught me the business.
Oh, is it? So you got experienced people?
I got people because when I bought the business, I took over with the staff because I was scared. I was like, I don't know this business. I don't know what happens here. So then what happens is that they taught me a lot of stuff. Obviously, with the previous person, they gave me the suppliers' numbers. Then I had to also try and work myself. And I had to retest the stuff myself, the detergents. So that's with the help of my staff, where they were telling me, no, this is not how we do this. Even with the rugby, I didn't know how to do rugby laundry because it's done different than the normal laundry.
So they taught you that?
And they taught me, and then I started running with it. So I mean, in nature, with everything that I learn it and then I excel. So now I know the business more than them, but then also because I know the actual business side of everything, so that it helps that I also know what's going on here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now that you have all this wisdom, you can't tell me that you haven't run into some challenges as well that you had to encounter and overcome along the way.
Yeah.
What challenges have you encountered?
So there's a lot of challenges that actually come with this business. Sometimes I'm not even sure whether it's because I didn't know the business before I got into it, but there's been challenges obviously that would last for about a year, which I think those are the actual challenges that people would actually face, where you you actually get like contracts, and then after like 2 months the person is like, no, actually we've sold the place. So now that's a challenge, because now you're like, okay, this is the contract that I've got, and once you think you got it, then you lose it again. So it's that getting and losing contracts, which is the main challenge. Another challenge is the possibility of damaging people's things. So that's why you need to know the chemicals. You need to know which chemicals to use, because some things are very delicate. The material is very delicate.
Has that happened to you before?
It has happened a lot of times. So you end up finding yourself having to pay very expensive stuff.
Do you have to pay for them?
You have to. I mean, if you know that, so you have to check the things before they come in. That's the procedure. So after then, if something you know that got damaged through the chemicals or the machine or anything like that, then you will have to pay.
But these are ministers' clothes. What do you mean? They buy from like...
Yeah, so it becomes a process. So the process is like, now I need to call whatever shop that they say they bought it from, verify, is this the right thing? Do you guys have this? Is it not like a fake thing or whatever? Because you also do get people who would bring, for example, like a fake Gucci. And then a fake Gucci, when it gets damaged, really it's gonna get damaged because of the material. For example, and then what happens now is that you need to call the supplier, guys, do you guys have this sort of thing, you know? So then it becomes a process of about 2 to 3 weeks where you need to verify those things, because you can't make me pay a 7,000 Rand t-shirt when you didn't buy it for 7,000 Rand. I think that's the biggest challenge. And my clientele is like very high end, so I need to always be like very careful with their stuff, you know. A lot of artists and musicians coming in, they don't have time to do laundry, they're gigging. I have to go pick it up. I need to make sure those things don't get lost, otherwise I'll have to pay for them.
So what does the future of Lighthouse Laundry look like?
It looks very bright. I think I've made a good name for the laundry, because I'm a hustler. I push, I go into spaces, I go out a lot and I speak about my business a lot. I attend events and stuff like that. So the future hasn't changed from my vision, which is if you're a person that comes into Durban and you need laundry done and you need something that's going to be like a clean job, then you know that's what we need to cater for. So one of the services that I've opened at the moment are airport services. Okay. So if you don't have time to come and pick up or drop off your laundry, you're rushing to the airport, or you just landed, or you don't have time to come drop it off, then we have those services for you. So I think that's a good innovative thing that I think nobody else has been doing, which is obviously I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So yeah, we want to do laundry for like every important, or you know, anyone, but you need to just know that when you're with us, then your laundry is sorted.
Okay, so you say that when you started this business, you didn't really know much about it.
I didn't know much about the business.
So is there anyone that was there to mentor you in the process, or was it just always just you figuring things out for yourselves? Besides the ladies that help you, someone who's like on the business aspect of things.
I think a lot of it came from me actually learning the business and then asking around. There's this thing that we have which is called like sister and brother laundry. So there is one of the guys that Abasinto Zuma, so he has a laundry in Tuzuma. He usually comes to me and just checks up on me and just checks. So we've built a good relationship, because if I have a lot of work here also, I pass it on to him, because I'm like, no, I can't do this volume, it's too much for me, but I'm gonna take it and let's share it. So then we start to share the business. If I've got problems with my machines, or we had a lot of load shedding and water problems recently, which is a very big inconvenience at the moment in our country everywhere. So we try and work around that with our sister laundries also, where we help each other out. Do you have water there? Can I bring stuff there that's due on this day? Yeah,
that's a very good relationship.
Yeah, so you have to build those relationships with other laundries. So it's actually business labantu abanomona. Because at the end of the day, we use things like light and water, which in South Africa it's very, scarce.
Yeah.
So you can't not build those relationships with other people, because you will need them at the end of the day. So a lot of my mentorship came from people who own other laundries, me doing research, my stuff, and there was a lady called Usistutu, which was here, which she had been working here for about 15 years before I came. So she knows everything. Yeah.
Besides the laundry business, what other industries do you think the youth need to tap into as far as your field of work is concerned, that you think is important?
I think the youth can look into the tourism industry. I think I'm part of the tourism industry.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm in the cleaning services. But the tourism industry is actually quite big, which obviously my other thing is I do bookings so I act as an agency. That's something that I do on the side. Act as an agency if you need like flights or accommodations coming into Durban. So we try and get that for you. So I do have a project manager who actually runs all of that, but it's still under the company. So we actually put in laundry with those things, where we're saying if you're staying at a place and you've booked in with us, then you actually get to get free laundry and all that stuff.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, but the tourism industry is actually very big. And I think that's where a lot of young people should actually look into, because I think besides the fact that the tourism industry still has a lot of money, the youth can still afford to make it cheaper for everyone and accessible for everyone, because our tourism prices are very high. Accommodations are very high. Everything else that's in the tourism industry is just very high. The restaurants are very expensive. So if you look into those things, like start restaurants, start coffee things, start laundry, and have people actually come into those places and explore them, rather than just having to have your product. Yeah.
Other than that, do you have any other last words for anyone watching this?
No, man. I think people just need to do their research and ask, because a lot of people ask me, why laundry? Why did you do laundry? And for me, it's not a far-fetched thing, Lighthouse Laundry is now one of the best laundries in Durban, because I'm still young and I push it. So any industry that the young people actually go into will actually work, because we have the energy to push it, and we have social media, which actually makes things very easy for us now. So it doesn't have to be laundry. It can be any form of business that is obviously not like mainstream, and what do you call this, like baningi, inflected or fluxed or what. So try and look at the smaller industries that obviously also have money. You can't go into something that doesn't have money. But yeah. All right, Chase, thank you so much for having this interview with me. It's been very informative. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope people learn from it. Oh no, they definitely will. I did. So I hope people learn from it. So I wish you all the best with your business.
and to
so
many
much.
more. Until we do
Yeah.
this again, hopefully I'll be invited soon.
Yeah, most definitely. You'll be invited for the big launch of the business. I haven't launched the business,
Okay.
so I'm still going to launch it in January. So we'll have a light thing going on, and then have people actually come see the shop. Actually see it, right?
Oh wow, thank you.
So they must come 15 McCausland Drive, Umhlanga, opposite Beverly Hills. That's where the laundry is.
Great. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you have entrepreneurship running through your veins, you can't deny the calling. You need to do what you need to do, whether you're an English teacher or a social worker, even if it's part-time, just do it. Otherwise, from me, Yolanda Mabanga, until we do this again, you can find me on the socials. Yolanda Mabanga on Instagram, Yolanda Mabanga on Facebook. Bye.